Most people believe they need to stay constantly involved with their money to stay in control of it. They check their accounts frequently, think through every purchase, and try to manually manage every decision throughout the week. At first, this feels responsible. It feels like awareness. But over time, it becomes exhausting. Because the more decisions you have to make, the more opportunities there are to make inconsistent ones. And inconsistency is what breaks financial progress. Not lack of knowledge, not lack of income, but too many decisions made in real time. That's where most systems fail. They rely on the person to stay disciplined every day instead of building a structure that removes the need for constant discipline. Because discipline is limited. It fades when you're busy, stressed, distracted, or tired. And when discipline fades, your system breaks. That's why automation is not just a convenience. It's a requirement if you want consistency. Because automation removes the need to decide repeatedly. It replaces effort with structure. And once something is structured correctly, it runs whether you're paying attention or not. That's the shift. You stop managing money manually, and you start designing a system that manages it for you. And when your system manages your money, consistency becomes automatic instead of something you have to maintain. Automation works because it aligns your financial behavior with timing instead of emotion. Right now, if your system is manual, decisions are influenced by how you feel in the moment. If you feel disciplined, you save. If you feel stressed, you spend. If you feel uncertain, you delay. That variability creates inconsistency. But when something is automated, it happens at a fixed point in time, regardless of how you feel. Your savings transfer happens when your income arrives. Your bills are paid before you have a chance to forget. Your allocations are made before spending begins. This removes emotional interference from the process, and that's critical. Because most financial mistakes are not logical, they're emotional. They happen in moments of convenience, stress, or impulse. Automation eliminates those moments. It moves your decisions to a point where you're not under pressure. You decide once, set the system, and let it run. That's how you create reliability. And reliability is what turns short-term effort into long-term results. To automate your system effectively, you need to think in terms of flow, not just categories. Money enters your system, moves through it, and exits it. If that flow is unstructured, money will be used inefficiently. But if that flow is designed, every dollar has a purpose before it moves. The first step is defining the order. Income comes in. Immediately, a portion is redirected to savings. Then your fixed expenses are covered. Then your spending allocation becomes available. That sequence matters because it ensures that your priorities are handled first. Most people operate in reverse. They spend first, then try to save what's left. But by the time they reach that point, there's nothing left to save. Automation fixes that by reversing the order. It makes saving the first action, not the last. And once that order is in place, the rest of your system becomes easier to maintain. The next layer of automation is separation. If all your money sits in one account, it's difficult to control because everything feels available. That creates confusion and increases the chance of overspending. Instead, your system should separate money based on its purpose. One account for bills, one for spending, one for savings. When your income comes in, it gets distributed automatically into these categories. That way, your bills are already covered, your savings are already set aside, and your spending account shows exactly what you can use. This removes guesswork. You don't need to check your total balance and mentally calculate what's safe to spend. Your system already did that for you. That's how automation simplifies decision-making. It reduces complexity by creating clarity. And clarity is what allows you to stay consistent without effort. Another key part of automation is timing alignment. Your expenses and your income need to match. If your bills are due before your income arrives, you create unnecessary pressure. If your transfers happen too late, you risk spending money that should have been saved. That's why you align everything with your income schedule. The moment money enters your system, your automation begins. Transfers happen immediately. Bills are scheduled based on availability. Your system operates in sync with your cash flow. This reduces risk and increases stability because now your system is predictable. You know when things happen, how they happen, and what to expect. That predictability removes stress. It creates confidence, and it ensures that your system works consistently over time. What makes automation powerful is not just that it saves time, but that it protects your progress. Every time you rely on manual decisions, there's a chance to break your system. You might skip a transfer, delay a payment, or overspend in a moment of distraction. But when those actions are automated, they happen regardless of what's going on in your life. That protection is what allows your system to keep building even when you're not focused on it. It turns your financial progress into something stable, something reliable, something that continues moving forward without constant input. And that's what most people are missing. They think progress requires continuous effort, but real progress comes from systems that continue working without it. So your action for today is to take everything you've built and automate it. Start with your income. Decide where it goes the moment it arrives. Set up automatic transfers for your savings. Schedule your bills. Separate your accounts. Align your timing. Keep it simple, but make it consistent. Because once your system is automated, everything changes. You stop thinking about money constantly. You stop worrying about whether you're doing it right. You stop relying on discipline to stay on track. And instead, you trust your system. Because your system is doing the work for you. And that's the goal. Not to manage money perfectly every day, but to build a system that manages it consistently over time. And tomorrow, we're going to show you how to refine this system even further so it continues improving without adding complexity. The Daily Yield. Because we're building real financial progress, one step at a time.